Hey everybody, it's your favorite Canadian info warrior coming back at you live once again through the power of the interwebs. The power of the interwebs. So what you're looking at here is I'm pulling out of the driveway and we're heading to the superstore to go grocery shopping this morning, this fine brisk Thursday morning. And I'm doing something a little different here. I'm narrating instead of driving while I'm talking. I'm narrating after the fact. And we're going to see how that plays out. But as I'm driving along, if I see points of interest in Thunder Bay in my drives around, I will probably stop the music and do a little narrating for you and tell you what's going on and what the place is or what's interesting about it. And for now, I'm going to hand you over to the music man. Or just music. Yeah. So, what this is hopefully going to evolve into is eventually I'll be narrating most of the video and pointing out places around town and maybe even giving you some history about those places. But for right now, I don't have a lot of access to sources of that history, so I don't want to spread rumors or be accused of spreading misinformation, so I'm not going to say much of anything about a place until I have documents to link to or something like that. So that's what the idea is here going forward, though. So hopefully that'll pan out. These are really long lights, aren't they? I was probably thinking that while I was sitting there too, sitting behind this guy who's going straight and while I'm waiting to turn. And look at that. There we get to go now. Isn't that nice? You know, that's one thing that I do when I'm driving is that I try to be aware of where I am. Of course you're aware of where you are. You have to be if you're driving. But what I mean is, if I'm on a street in a lane where I know a lot of people are going to be wanting to make a right turn, I'll move into the left lane if the light turns red. If I'm able, if I have the time, if I have the room to do it, just so that those people aren't sitting there behind me wanting to turn right when I'm going straight. And then they have to wait for the whole light. Whereas if I wasn't there, they could just stop and look both ways and make their turn. So that's one thing I try to do when I'm driving. How about you? You got any habits like that? Let me know down in the comments section below. Well, shopping is done now, and we're heading home, leaving the superstore right past the brand new Tim Hortons. Like we don't have enough of those in town. And we're turning on to Carrick Street, and we're going to make a left turn onto the Harbor Expressway when we get to go here. And we'll be on our way home, where we get to unpack the groceries. I keep saying we, but unfortunately you're not with me to help. But I guess that's a good thing, because then I'd have to feed you, and I don't want to do that. Some of y'all are crazy. So we're going to sit here and wait at this light. I'm going to sit here and wait at this light. You're not waiting for nothing. You're just watching the video, freeloaders. All right, now we get to go where I'm on my way home. Why do I keep saying we? I don't know, man. I'm by myself in the truck. It's just me and the groceries, and they're all inanimate objects. So I'm going home. Would you look at that? Home again, jiggity jog. Now I just have to get a break in traffic here so I can turn across the road and back into my driveway, because unfortunately in the winter I can't do it within the two lanes. Like You've seen me do that where I just pull out at an angle on the 2 lanes and back in. But in the winter, I can't do that because there's too much snowbank on either side. So here we are over the hump and backing up. And that's about to be it for this segment of the video anyway. I'll be moving on in another few seconds. Okay, folks. Guess what? It's me again. Here we are again, heading out for the evening. Going out to get some gas in the truck because it's running low. And, you know, that's what you do. So we're heading out to the Fort William First Nations Reserve because the gas is a little cheaper out there than it is in town. And every penny counts these days. So yeah, we're on our way out there, and if I see anything interesting, I'll let you know. tip here as I make my left-hand turn. We're coming up to the James Street Swing Bridge. I don't really know a lot about this bridge. I do know that several years ago it caught fire. It was probably set on fire. I'm not sure if they ever determined that it was arson or not. But it's been rebuilt and it's a little narrow now. A lot of people don't like the narrowness, but it is that way because of the width of the sidewalks. So that's just the way it goes. But yeah, that's the James Street Swing Bridge. It's a very old bridge. I don't know a lot about it. I know that the Jackknife Bridge is the oldest jackknife bridge of its kind in existence, but I'm not sure about the James Street Swing Bridge. Not exactly sure if it has that designation or not. But anyway, here we are pulling onto the Fort William First Nations Reserve, and that's Bannon's Gas Bar ahead of me there. That's not where I go. It's a little cheaper further down the road. You know, as we're approaching the other side of the bridge here and driving onto it now on our way back, it occurs to me that I've never actually seen this bridge in operation. As I understand it, it's a swing bridge that swings out from the middle and opens for ships to pass, obviously. But we haven't had tanker traffic down that river in so many years that I don't think I've ever seen this bridge in operation. I've seen the old Jackknife Bridge in operation that used to lead down from the end of Walsh Street, where Syndicate meets Walsh. If any of you who are from Thunder Bay and watching this, you know that area. And I've seen that bridge in operation. They were still using it when I was in my teens. But I don't think I've ever seen the James Street Swing Bridge in operation, so I don't think it does operate. Maybe they test it once in a while, but I don't think they use it because we don't have ships coming down there anymore. as I'm approaching this next stop sign, I remember sitting there and thinking, sometimes it does take a long time before you can go at this stop sign because there's a lot of traffic from the cross street. And that's usually during the day. But right now, the reason for it is because the Scotties Tournament of Hearts is playing out right now. Any of you who enjoy the sport of curling know what that is. For those of you who don't know, it's a curling tournament. And the curling rink is just down the road to my right, and it's just getting out. So that's why it's taken so long for me to go at this stop sign. Yeah, folks, your favorite Canadian Info Warrior, one more time for the night. We're home again, as you can see. I'm home, not we, but, I'm home, and I believe that's going to do it for the night. I think I've given you a fair bit of material here, so that'll do it for today. And again, I may have something on Saturday. As I've said in the past, if it's not very long. If I don't have a lot of video, I'm not going to bother making a video out of it. But if I do have enough, I'll upload something on Saturday and talk at you then. So, God's willing, Daffy Duck willing, we'll see y'all in the next video. Ciao for now.